Sorry guys, I'm just starting up. Please let me know if you can hear me. This is the first time I'm streaming on YouTube, so I'm just testing some stuff out. Okay, perfect. So, this is my first live stream. I'm just doing some personal work, but I figured why do it in silence when I can just live stream it and maybe someone finds it useful. So I'm just working on I want to create something like this, which I don't know yet how I'm going to do it. It's quite an interesting look, but I already got like a little base, so that's the plan for today. To just finish off this base. Okay, let's see. So this will be a lot slower than normal tutorials, just so you know, because I'm still figuring things out. Next time I will try to put on some lo-fi music. Oh wait, maybe I can do that in very, very soft in the background. I'm not sure. Let me try it out, just for the fun of it. Just because I'm trying stuff out anyway. Hey, can anyone of you hear the music? Is it very soft? Because I of course cannot hear that. But that would also be nice for me that I'm not working in silence. Ooh. Okay, perfect. Then I think this stuff is working. Just let me know if there are any problems, because I literally don't know what I'm doing right now. Yeah, Substance, the beginning is easy, but then there is this buffer zone where pushing it that final 10% to make it look really good is apparently really difficult. But it's really fun. I love it. I am an environment artist, but I think I'm more material artist than environment artist actually. I just happen to have worked mostly as environment. Oh yeah, the ray tracing. In case someone doesn't know, you will very often see me or turning on ray tracing and turning off my displacement map. Because if you don't do that, it does not update always. So it's a bit strange. And I'm just trying to get like the very base shapes. Like I know how to do like the stripy stuff, but it's really weird like to do the base shapes that some of it is really rough and then all of a sudden it goes to smooth and it's freaky. Yeah, it's like because of the water, like this kind of stuff. It's really interesting. If I can manage to do it. Yeah, but I think I'm getting pretty close to what I want. So I got now those stripes over there. So if I now try to maybe make these pieces smaller, because these pieces basically cut out some of those holes, then that might work. I do notice my PC is really slow when I'm live streaming, so I need to keep it in mind. Damn, that's way too much. Yeah, so I am an environment artist. Like I worked professionally as an environment artist for about 5 years, and then I worked 2 years as a material artist. So it's like I know how to do it. I just personally I would think at this point I prefer materials, just because I like all the fiddly notes and everything to get something looking perfect. It's a bit more of a challenge compared to like modeling for me. So I can see like the holes, but they are on multiple different stones. So let's try if we can maybe shift that around using like a directional warp. And then I need a mask, so let's say this mask. Throw in a flat fill. Turn it to a grayscale. There we go, and then you can like shift stuff around like this. If you set this to like 500 or something. There we go. Then maybe blur it. Sci-fi courses. I like to do them, but they also feel a bit overdone by like so many people do sci-fi stuff. But yeah, I don't know. I am currently planning on actually working together with a few artists. One of them will be a mobile environment creation for like mobile games, because it doesn't seem many people cover that. And the other one will actually be from one of the guys of Adobe, and he will do introductions to Substance Sampler and also to Designer. So that's like first thing, but I just finished the course. It will be released tomorrow, which actually is sort of sci-fi. I don't know if you've seen it on like my Twitter. It's like there is like a sneak peek. Wait, let me just show you for the people who of course are only following me on YouTube. But it's sort of sci-fi, I guess, although it's technically still real life. Yeah, it's like, this is the course that will be released tomorrow. Fill in Unreal Engine 5 and it will have Nanite and Lumen and all the fancy stuff. So it's like a metro, like a New York metro thing, interior. So yeah, I guess that's the closest course I get to sci-fi for now. But I'll keep it in mind to make one in the near future, because I actually really like doing sci-fi. So I still need to get used to reading the chat. So, first one. Making interior environments and exterior. I think the biggest difference would be in lighting. Because they both, like this is an interior environment, my previous one was exterior. They both use the modular workflow where you reuse pieces. It's just composition and lighting is very different between the two. But modeling wise, it's all moving vertices around, so it doesn't change too much. Materials maybe change a little bit, but yeah. But okay, in any case, I was doing this stuff. The annoying thing is right now also, for people that don't know, I need to export as PNG, which is slower, because in this case the height map needs all of the 255 gray map channels instead of 128 or something like that. And normally I do TGA, but in this one if I do TGA it messes up with the ray tracing. So that's why you see me sometimes just pausing for no reason. It's because I'm waiting for the export. But there we go, we're starting to get like that cut off look that you can see over here, like where it all of a sudden just slopes off. So I think once we break that up, that will look pretty cool. Let's see, I'm just having a look at... So the waves, they're pretty good. Like, maybe I will make them a little bit bigger, because they look a little bit too much. So where are you? Here you are. There we go, waves. So let's just go ahead and you are using a Perlin noise. Ah, that's too bad. I'm gonna need to make a new Perlin noise for this. So I can't use this one. Oh. That is a bug, I think. Since when does it go to grayscale at 1? That makes no sense. Okay. Fair enough. That's new. At least I can't remember that ever being there, but it's fine. Okay, so we got those slopes ready to go. So now let's already try and implement a little bit more of those layered pieces. So I can see like some flat ones. There's also like some overlaying going on. Like here you can really see like the overlaying. Yeah, I think I know how to do this. Let me give this a try. So quantize node, which can give me like some grayscale selections. And if I blend this together with like multiple ones, that might work. So it's like 60. So I'm just looking at my reference to make sure that I got everything. Okay, so we have one that's very low. We need to cut off the flat pieces because they are not as intense at the top. That stuff should not matter too much. And then we need to have like some clipping. So if we also add like a blur high quality grayscale like this, very low level, and if you then add like another quantize node behind it, it will hopefully do like here doubles. See, it will create like double layers. And I had the idea that if we do something like that, and now we just need to like create masks to make it look logical, because if I throw this on right now it will just look like a mess. So let me get started by doing like a blend. Over here. How do I forgot how to do this. How do I notice the tops? I guess I can use like a height blend or something. Like a uniform color. Does not exactly work the way I want, but it does sort of do something. Let's try something else, just to be sure. Yeah, I think this one will work better. Actually, you know, I have a better idea how to do this. So if I give it a few more, I can go in and add a histogram select or something like that, and then I can choose which ones I want to pick based upon, you'll see based upon the selection I can choose how many pieces I want to cut off the top. There we go, that seems to do something. How does it look in my normal? Yikes, that does not look good, but that's what we're going to fix. Okay, fair enough. I don't know why it's doing that, because we just cut off the top. Yeah, it must have not reloaded correctly yet. Let's try that again. Eh? Why are you doing that? I'm cutting off the tops here. Yeah, that's strange that it... Here, see? It should not behave like that. Am I properly exporting this or what? There we go. So I was not properly exporting that for some reason. Okay. How's everyone's Sunday going? Ready for another week? Hey, Anthony. Let's try something like that. Okay, so that does work pretty decently. It's way too strong, but it does work. So if I now add another blend, and for this one, I do like an invert grayscale over here. Okay, so I'm already doing that double quantize. I want to change it later on also. Because it's too intense right now, but I'll do that later. First of all, let's create another one. Make this one much larger. Yeah, that's why I don't like working with PNG. Because it takes way too long to just export a simple thing. Let's first work a little bit more on this one. Okay, so I got these two. So let me just blend between them. Using something I can steal over here, like a histogram scan along with like dispersion noise, like that. And let's break up the edges a bit. Do I have a cloud store already? No, I don't? Okay. Oh, echo. That might be... let's see. How can I fix that? Oh wait, I know how to fix that. With my headphones, probably. Yeah, give me 1 second. I'll grab them and that should fix it. Okay. Let's try it out. Does it do anything or is it still just... giving an echo. So I feel this actually will not work, but okay, how do I fix an echo? That's a tricky one. Yeah, I just need to have a think. Because like I said, I'm new to time-lapsing, so I'm just trying to look at my settings to see if there's something I can do. Okay, I'm literally going to watch a YouTube tutorial about it. Because I've never used OBS, I always use Camtasia for the tutorials. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. 2 audio devices, I'm just trying to look at my settings to see exactly where it's coming from. Is there still an echo? Yeah, Leo, but I am planning to do more live streams, so I rather just want to spend this live stream trying to get everything figured out so that we don't have any problems later on. Oh, sorry, I should... Oh yeah, really, that worked. Okay, yeah, I don't know exactly... Oh, now Leo says message retracted, so I hope it's done. Okay, wait, now I want to see if I can just turn off my microphone or my headphones. So is there still a problem? Or is it still gone? Because if it's still working fine, then I will not use my headphones, because I don't really want to have those on for a long time. Perfect. Okay. That stuff is sorted out. Nice. In that case, let's get back to doing some of this stuff. Awesome. Thanks for the help. Because of course, this is not something I can fix myself without knowing what what other people hear. So I need all of this stuff to be much more subtle. Ooh, this is nice. Over here, like those little double bits, they work well. So that's good to know. But as you can see on the height map, I can almost not see anything happening. So it's easy for me to just look at my norm map, sort of. In which I can also see nothing, of course. It is breaking up a little bit. I'm just trying to get like this effect over here. I'm not sure what the best way would be to warp it in that intensity. I feel like my exporter is still wrong. Did you guys know about a new node? It's really cool. It's called Ray Trace AO. If you have a better graphics card, it's really nice compared to like the other one, because the HBAO over here, yeah, it just has like a different effect. Now this is a very simple shape, but in more complicated shapes, here see, it actually traces it around way better, so it's really nice. But it's really expensive, as you can see. But it's all the way at the end, so then expense doesn't matter that much compared to when it's all the way at the front. My specs. RTX 3090, Intel Core i9 with a really long number. I'm really bad at specs. 64 gigs of RAM and a pretty old motherboard. I still need to upgrade it, and I need to upgrade my SSD because I want to get like one of those SSDs that go directly in the motherboard that have like a 5000 MB write speed. But honestly, I'm not good with the actual hardware. I just, yeah, I don't know. So it's something like that. But something is bottlenecking my system sometimes, and I think it's the SSD. I think even though my computer is fast, it just cannot write the data fast enough. And that's causing problems. Okay, this stuff is actually really cool. It does give me like the correct feel that I got here. Yeah, like this feel over here. I like that. Oh, by the way, the RTX 3090, I do need to give a shout out. Nvidia sponsored me. So thanks to them, you guys get fast tutorials. Because they were so kind to give me one. Because where I live, I just cannot get one. Unless I want to pay triple the market price. Which I think most people have this problem. But no, they're really kind. I hope to work with them in the future. Okay, this stuff looks shit. I don't like that. I need to fix that. Let's try and do that. I hate PNG. But I can literally show you the difference if you're interested. And also because I just want to see if I can maybe get around to still using TGA for like the beginning and then switch around. 1 second, I need to navigate to something. Yeah, so I don't know, it feels like a ray tracing thing. So here we have like really nice and crisp looking height maps. And then if I switch to TGA, which is 8 bits, it looks like this. Which is utterly useless for me, because I cannot see what I'm doing. So that's why I need to use PNG right now. But most time you can get away with like an 8-bit height map. Even Megascans uses 8 bits because they just use JPEG files. It's just inside of Marmoset, it just really hates showing it, because if I go to TGA without the ray tracing, yeah, nothing wrong. No ray tracing, everything is fine. But if I want to have ray tracing, which I do, I need to use the damn PNG. But oh well. Okay, so let's work more on the top bits. And I'm going to break them up a bit more. Let's use this one as like a prototype. So, I recently switched over to use multi-directional warp more compared to just a directional warp, because I really like it. It's really easy to use. So if we do that, we reuse our clouds too over here. Oh, you know what? That might actually give a nice effect if we... Yeah. That might just be a lucky effect to get something like that. Let me... Alright, let me just properly export this back. Yeah, so that might be in the future. To just work with them. Right now, yeah. So I hope we do that. Or I can like help them out if they ever need like marketing material to show, like give them some of my artworks to like showcase stuff. So it's just a flexible sponsorship. It's not like do a video for me. It's more like I will help them out, they will help me out, that kind of deal. Oh, you know what? I think we have just hit a lucky accident, because that happens to look almost exactly like the stuff I need over here. So I did not expect that to happen, but if I can scale it up, that might actually just save me a lot of time creating stuff like that. Yeah, so if I do like a transform node, let's see. Please work. Ah, come on. Just... I need this to work. I'm not in the mood to. What if I do 2 directions? Perfect. Ha! Oh, I love that. That's one of the things I love about Substance. You're working on something else and then you just happen to find exactly what you're looking for in here. Like, this was not even my plan. My plan was to just warp it around a bit. But that is looking really good, so let me see how it holds up. Perfect. Yeah, smooth it out a little bit. Give it some more variation and add it in the correct places, and we got something pretty nice looking in terms of like the rock. Might look a little bit harsh now, but we can of course just make that all nice and smooth. So let's go back first to the original plan, which is a single direction minimum node. And this is like a... Oh, sorry, there's a lot of noise outside. This is like a classic way to just very quickly add some random warping to your scene. This is way too large, so I'm probably going to reuse my scaled up node over here. Yeah, and yeah, that's quite nice. So it just adds like some general warping around. And it's a much better way of what I used to do, which is I used to use like a directional warp. So if you ever follow the tutorial where I still use that old technique, just use this one. Like, just like you guys, I keep learning and I try to implement that in my courses, of course. But now this is pretty good. So if I now just blend between these two. Okay, so these are like the really thin ones, so I don't need to add those. I only need to add this to the big ones. They still do not show up on the top. Which is surprising. I expected that to at least do like a little bit, so let me just try something out. No, didn't mean to do that. Did you guys know I created a Discord channel, by the way? I don't know how many of you come from that, but so if you like want to chat a little bit more, I can always, for the people that don't know it yet. There you go. But yeah, it only launched today, so far more people have joined than I expected, which is really awesome to see that so many people are interested in it. Okay, so that does register. Ah, so something is going wrong. That's interesting. Even though the mask is inverted, it still decides to basically mess around with my mask registration. So now that should work. See you later, Leo. Now I just need to figure out how to. Come on, export. Oh wait, of course. The export is correct because I forgot to turn off a setting. This effect, it's just, I'm working on like the effects. It's a node that's called quantize grayscale. And it basically just selects your gradient in layers. And then you just add like a slow blur to like break up the edges. And then like a warp to just warp them around a little bit. And that's basically it. And then it's just some specific mask work to make everything look a little bit more interesting. And that's what I'm trying to do now. I'm just trying to get everything to blend together nicely to the point that it works. Yeah, see, so it's starting to get a bit more logical. Okay, so these layers are pretty much looking fine. They can be a bit stronger, but that's about it. Oh yeah, no problem. That's what the live stream is for. So in case someone sees something interesting, they can just ask and I can show them. Might not be the same format as a tutorial, but for me it's a whole lot less work when I just make personal projects and people just can check in. Yeah, the only thing I don't like is like those top bits, but I'm sure that I can like get rid of those somehow. Okay, so for this bit, I think I will actually need to go through and duplicate this stuff. No, wait, I just need to duplicate these three. And hopefully we now have a bunch of layers everywhere. Hi Callum. Nice to see you joining. Yeah, it's the very first stream, so far it's going well. We had some technical difficulties, but that's about it. Oh, that looks ugly. Let's make it a little bit less. So I'm now just trying to get the balance between those, like the lots of layers, and then sometimes you have like a really large layer sitting here on the top. I'm just trying to get that balance. While also struggling to get ray tracing to work properly in Marmoset. I don't know. This one is not doing what I want, so just tone this down. Make that a bit less. Just trying to find a nice blending mode to blend the really strong double edges together with like the really thin soft edges. Nah, that's not working. Also, I need to smooth this stuff because it's way too sharp. Just like a little bit of smoothing. And sometimes handy to just duplicate your normal so that you can kind of like figure out what you need to do. In this case, this blur is affecting the layers too much, which is a bit annoying. So let's tone that down a bit more. Okay, that is softer. And it has the double layers now, so that looks pretty good. This stuff is still ugly, but I'm sure that I can somehow fix that. And it now also has some top layers, which is pretty good, only they're a little bit too strong. And let's have a look at my reference. Maybe I should not have them on every single top. So let's do that first. See, let's first tone it down a little bit. And then simply mask this out using a... I don't know. What do we use here? Let's do flood fill. I can actually get rid of this one. Flood fill to random grayscale. And then a histogram select, which is the best way to just very quickly select some random shapes that are hanging out in your texture. And then subtract those. Oh, yeah, those edges are always a bit annoying. Don't know if we can fix it by just setting the flood fill after blur. No, in that case we need to push this out. So let's just do like a normal blur. Like a histogram scan that is pushed all the way out. And then you can use your blur to basically control. At least that should have been the case. Ah, there we go. Okay, so it should nicely break things up. Okay, so now some of these pieces are completely flat. A little bit like we have here, and some of them will have some layers. It's not perfect yet, but at least the base system is here. Like this stuff over here, this is like ideal. The stuff that we have over here. So that's more the direction I want to go for. Now I'm just going to go ahead and cut out these shapes because I don't like them. For that I first need to figure out where they come from. Oh, there they are. Oh god. That might actually be more annoying to cut out than I expected. Unless I can literally mask out that one specific layer. Using like a gradient map or something like that. Okay, so that's not working. Maybe a histogram select. So yeah, compared to the tutorials, this is what I often do. Although some of the tutorials I don't rehearse the materials, but if it's a very difficult material, this is how it really goes. So even though the tutorial might seem a little bit easier, it's because I've already done like some testing so that I'm not like completely into the blind. But yeah, most time it's literally just messing with this stuff. So now I have it selected. And I know that this is very specific, but I'm just going to cut out like small shapes like that by throwing on another flood fill. And I will later on like optimize this graph to make sure that it all works. Flood fill to bounding box size. And once that's done, I can do one more histogram select. It feels like I'm spending way too much effort in this, but we'll see. Come on, just let me. Okay, fine. Then not a histogram select. Then I'm gonna do a then a gradient map or something like that. But I don't really want to do a gradient. The reason I don't want to do a gradient because then it's less procedural, which is a bit tricky. I guess I can do like a color to mask, or what is it called? I've not used it in a really long time. So long that I forgot the name of it, but... And where is it? I swear it was like color to mask. Or did I remove it? Oh yeah, here. What the hell? I typed it in. Ta-da! We got our tiny piece selected. I'm a bit picky maybe, but at least now I got it. So hopefully I can just like cut this out at this level. And I do need to kind of like optimize this quite a bit, I think. Let's first see if this actually works. And then I guess I can use the system to cut out more pieces that I don't like later on. Seriously? And what did I just cut out? If that's not the one. Ah, it has to be the one. Just decide to stick with it, so let's then... Oh, I'm making this too difficult for myself. I am. This should not be this specific, but why would there be such a bright color in all of these really dark colors? That does not make any sense. Yeah, it's a personal project, then I don't really care about messing around a little bit more. In that case, I'm just gonna go ahead and oh, hey Paul. How are you? And hello, darkness. Okay, let's see if that works. For the people that just joined, I'm trying to make something like this just as like a personal project. It was mostly to test out YouTube streaming, but while I'm here anyway. Okay, finally, that's gone. So, in the last hour we did like some layer work over here. Although it's still a bit sharp, at least we got like some base shapes going on. Yeah, if people like it. Because of course, next to tutorials, I also like doing personal projects. But yeah, even though they are not like in the tutorial format, I think, or I hope people might find it useful if I stream it. Okay, still don't like this stuff, so that's what we're going to tackle next. And some cleanup. Yeah, for the people who watch my tutorials, you must not be used to me replying back to your questions in real time. At least I'm not used to, I normally just kind of talk to myself, which is always a bit strange. Yeah, so far it's going well. The only thing is with live streams that I cannot just like walk away for 5 minutes and like get a drink or something. Oh yeah, Paul, then you know what it's like. Like, it's exhausting to talk non-stop for long periods. I can do maybe, in a good day, I can do maximum 3 hours of recording. Because what most people don't understand is you are talking non-stop. Like, you cannot take a break while listening to other people. So it's non-stop talking, and it's really exhausting. Yeah. So again, when I was younger, I could do like 4 or 5 hours a day, like way back when I did like work for 3D Motive, but nowadays just I don't have it in me to talk for that long. I guess I'm getting older. But then again, I was not very good back then, so it's not like the quality output was very amazing for those tutorials compared to now. Oh yeah, I was working on layers, I forgot. Which are these ones over here. Oh yeah, don't worry, I have a drink with me. I will actually need to get some food soon, because it's dinner time here, where I am located. So the stream will not go on for too much longer, but still, I got the layer stuff done. That's what I wanted to get done today, and just get stuff work. So the base systems are working. And we had a lucky accident where I found out how to do like double layers like this, using a multi-directional warp, which was unexpected. It's just that right now the top layers, they look like shit. This stuff over here, I just don't like it. Oh, and maybe I want to also make my dents more intense. Which I do over here. Ah, thanks, Paul. Yeah, it's been quite a bit of work, but I'm now a full-time freelancer, so I get to do a little, or I get to work on it a little bit more than normal. Which is nice, because normally it was always only my weekends. And yeah, it does not leave a lot of free time left. What you will see next, I will show you. It will be releasing tomorrow. Let me just navigate to it on my other screen. This will be released tomorrow. How to create an interior environment in Unreal Engine 5 using Nanite and Lumen. And it's a little bit more shiny than my usual stuff, which is nice. Getting some metallicness in there. So yeah, everything is ready to go. But of course, I like to always like release stuff at the beginning of the week, because on a Sunday no one really wants to think about learning often. Oh, you would think RTX on, but actually Unreal Engine 5, like they really do not like ray tracing. I wanted to do ray tracing, but they just deprecated ray tracing, so I was like, nah, let's just use Lumen just in case. So it is pretty good, but the Lumen system, it has some bugs. I experienced it while doing this tutorial, where there is like flickering going on, and it is quite annoying. It's only with like really lowly dim lit rooms. We managed to sort of get it to work with like a console command, but that's like the risk of using Unreal Engine 5 right now. I'm sure it will all be fixed, and yeah, by that point, as long as you can get the end result working fairly well, yeah, it's about learning. Like, I think the course is like 18 hours, but if I would do it as a personal project, I would probably spend like 70 hours on it. So just to give you like a comparison between just learning something and doing actual personal work. But yeah, no one wants to see a 70-hour tutorial of me nitpicking everything. Oh yeah. So for the course, Callum, you will learn how to make everything from start to finish. The modeling, because you use Nanite, it's just high poly modeling. The texturing you will learn, setup, lighting, rendering, everything. And the branding. It's it's the second time that I really spent proper time teaching people how to do like some basic branding, like come to Dubai, book now, all that fancy stuff. Thanks, Paul. Because really, everyone that buys the tutorial, it's not just for you guys, it's learning, but for me it is actually, it matters, because then I know that I can continue. Because if I cannot pay my bills, then it stops, unfortunately. That's the reality of life. So I really appreciate all the support. I should say that more, actually. But hopefully soon we will get some guest artists that will teach on fast track tutorials. If things work out well, starting with Wes McDormand, who actually works at Adobe, and who will be guiding us through some substance stuff. But it's still in the works, so we'll see if it gets released. I'm going to... I need to cut this out somehow. Because it's just not working the way I want it to. Yeah, I was surprised by the Discord stuff. Let's see, we have... In one day, we have almost 80 members. I expected like 15. But people seem to really just enjoy it. Which is really awesome to see. I didn't know so many people just want to hang out in a server. I'm really bad at replying normally, but I'll do my best. Okay, big one. I need to somehow fix that stuff. Ah, nice. Yeah, well, at the end of the day, it's about learning. And I hope at one point we can also involve the character art community. Because of course I'm not a character artist, I would not be able to teach you that. So right now the focus is really environments, materials, level art and lighting. But I do hope soon I can like find some people to work with to do characters. which would be really cool. Even though I don't know a lot about it, doesn't mean many people do not want to learn it. Okay, this is gonna be a slow process. I need to switch between seeds to see which one I like. But because I need to export as a PNG, it will be very slow. Unless I find one right away. That stuff is pretty cool. That's one I don't really like. This is perfect. This stuff, like, that's what I'm looking for. Oh, and I need to fix the spacing in between because it's too large. But we're slowly getting somewhere. Let's see if I can, like, increase the scale a bit more. It's getting somewhere. Let's have a look. This stuff looks really cool. I would never be able to make it because it's a height map. You can literally not have overhanging stuff, but I think for photo scanning, if this kind of stuff would be like really nice to do some photo scanning on. And easy to retopo also. Okay. Sorry for this is sometimes boring, but just thinking about stuff. Let's try that out. Ooh, okay. Okay, that is getting better. I like that. There's some really intense shapes that has like some pieces in it. The layering is still not strong enough, like I need more of it. More like this stuff over here, but for the rest it's looking pretty good. So let's see how we can solve the layering problem. It's probably just like masking some stuff out, so if I would get rid of this one, it would probably add a lot more. Yeah, it does. Okay, so for my masking, I need to just make my masking a little bit more intense, and I have some weird stuff going on over here. But for the rest, it sort of starts to look like that. There we go, let's try that. I will try to keep the tutorials going as long as I can. It would be very cool if at one point we have like a library and it's just like the one-stop shop that you need to go to if you just want to learn art. Doesn't matter if it's characters or environments. It's just like one place and you can just go ahead and go there, pick it out, and done. Hi, Kennel. It's doing pretty good. Except for this one over here, but let's see where that comes from. Actually don't know where that comes from. I can't see it on here, so... Ah, nice, Kennel. I hope you liked the tutorial. Really? It's crashing for you? I quite like it. For me, it's... I've not had a crash as far as I can remember. So it has some nice new features, especially one that is the ray trace ambient occlusion, which I quite like because it's a little bit more accurate in terms of like how it registers. But now for the rest, it seems quite fine to me. I guess, of course, depends which hardware everyone has. Okay, I need to blend this. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. I have not had those problems myself. Oh, you're totally welcome. Eduardo? Yeah, I hope I said it correct. Yeah, so you gave me the idea to just push it through because I was planning it. I just never really spent the time on it, but I figured I just finished the course. I got the time, so let me just make the server. And yeah, it's been quite a success. Quite a few people have joined already. It's really awesome. 80 people already. Wow. Didn't know I had so many people wanting to join the server. I don't know how I'm going to fix this. It just sounds strange when you say I have fans. I think I have students or people who like to follow my my tutorials. Oh, how I got a job at Ubisoft. Pretty straightforward. I had a contract at Playground Games for like 1 year, and when the contract ended and the game was done, I had to move on. So it was just applying with my portfolio, so nothing special. And they invited me for an interview, and I got the job. So I wish I could tell you a really cool story, but sometimes it's just the basic process of applying somewhere, and it does help if you know someone at the studio. I think I didn't. Yeah, I knew someone at the studio who did just let everyone know that to pay extra attention to my portfolio, but for the rest, it's all about just your art in the end. Don't know how I'm going to fix this. Because I cannot fix this problem by just a purling noise, because the layers are not consistent. So it would just cause more problems. Like this. Which is a tricky one. How am I going to solve this? Yeah, so for the job, don't forget there are so many factors. Everything from your location compared to where the studio is, to the amount of applications. Like when I worked at Ubisoft, they often told me that for like a environment artist position, they got 500 to 1,000 people applying. So I'm not gonna lie, competition is quite fierce. But you just need to keep at it. Like if you've done your round of applying, because I started too. I kept getting rejected when I started, and then after I applied at every big studio I want to work with, and I got rejected for all of them, I just went back for like half a year or something, like 6 months, just working on my portfolio, and then I tried again. And the second time I tried it, I was lucky that only one company, which was Playground Games, decided to say yes to even an interview with me. But I feel like that's quite a good strategy. So that if it's really not working and you can do it, I understand some people need the job because they need the money. But if you're still like a student, for example, just sit back, work on your portfolio, try again in a few months, and just keep doing that. But don't try to spam the spam them every week, because then people will start to recognize your name coming in every single week, and that might get a little bit annoying to them. Hello from Los Angeles. I cannot pronounce your name, so sorry. I wouldn't know how to say it. Cannot, don't say that. Everyone starts with art. No matter how bad your portfolio is. Everyone needs to start at that point. I don't know, do I have... Let's see, do I have stuff from when I first did my models? I'm just gonna have a look, just to give some perspective. Yeah, here, I think I got I don't know how old it is, but I also, my material started with stuff like this. And I think at this point I was already quite far along, and it's just a random container. How did I get good at 3 years max? Just give me some tips. Use it a lot, but I would recommend I create like some quick bits on my YouTube channel. They show pretty much every technique that I used in the game industry. So after that, it's just about making it or like improving and improving. But here, this was like me 7 years ago or 8 years ago, I think. But of course, and then I really, yeah, just some speedry. Yeah, often it just takes practice to work on stuff. I know I don't have a lot of stuff in here. Like this is really the stuff that when I started out, like for the first year 1. Julian, I assume that you can just click on my name since you're on the live stream, and else it is fast track tutorials. But yeah, so this was my this is my old stuff. Wow, I've not looked at this in years. But even then, I liked The Last of Us and tried to like make The Last of Us style stuff. But that was still CryEngine back then. I cannot join our Discord, and if you post over there, I can like have a look. But yeah, I think it's just a balance. It's like a balance about mentality. Like try to be very targeted at what you're learning. Like what you often see people do, which is fine in the beginning, is they do characters, they do environment art, they do materials, they do everything. However, at one point, it's better if you want to get good really quickly to just target at something like, for example, just environment art. And then use the tutorials for like the workflows, but after that, it's just putting in the time. Like the 10,000 hour rule, it does kind of apply. I think I got my first job when I was at around 6,000 or 7,000 hours. If like a rough guess, like at one point I calculated it. That I was like, and I got like at Ubisoft at like 10,000 hours or something like that. It's been really long that I calculated it, so I might be completely wrong, but to give you like a sense of that it really just takes time, unfortunately. It's not something, yeah, you can work on. It seems like there are a lot of people called John Richard, so if you can just post a link, I'll have a good look. Yeah, Callum, no magic shortcut. Putting in the time. That's it sounds super basic, but that's just what it is. It's like even if you fail in your project or you never finish them or anything like that, it's just about yeah, you will learn in every project. Even if you don't finish it, or even if you only start like a few hours in the end of the day, you will learn something from it. Oh yeah, I think from personal opinion, I think textures are probably one of the most important things. Like your modeling can completely suck, it can be so bad and basic and even like block out quality. But if you have good textures and lighting, it can still look really nice. Hey, Invisible Warrior. I give out lots of free content on YouTube. The sad thing is I just still need to pay my bills, so hence the paid content. I keep getting distracted from my deal. What was I doing? I was blending this together using a mask. That's what I was doing. So let me just quickly do that because else I keep forgetting. Yes, tomorrow this course will be released, Warrior. But I would recommend, like, I mostly, if you follow my Twitter or probably our Discord server, that's where you will like know what I'm working on from a day-to-day basis and like stuff that has not yet been released. YouTube is not really a good place for me to like keep announcing that. Oh yeah, everything. Gumroad, ArtStation, Flip Normals, and Udemy. So, as always. Yes, Kennel, exactly. So, I would definitely like, once you know the basic modeling tools, I would give some extra love to texturing, just to really nail it. And maybe it's good that in the beginning, you start with an environment in which the textures are quite simple, but you just make sure that even though they're simple, they are just on point. Like, over here you can see like the response of like the lighting and everything. Here you can see like the lighting over here. I can remember that I made it pretty much like one-on-one with like the reference, which I'm trying to find. Here, so you can see like this lighting response. Even though this material took only like half an hour to make, I made sure that the roughness was on point, like that. And that the lighting just really kind of like matches together. Even though, of course, I made my environment not this bright and everything. But it just shows that your materials can be easy. And then you get a better understanding of like how to make sure that everything just responds exactly the way you want it to. So that's what I recommend often. You don't always need to jump right in and do stuff like this over here with like massive rock materials, that kind of stuff. Even though it's really fun to make, you rarely actually need to make stuff like this. Unless you're making a game in which you are the rock artist, but I mean, come on. Then by that point, if you would get hired for that stuff, you would already know how to do it. But most people, if you're making materials, it's just, I don't know, metal stuff. Sorry, I can't really think while I'm also trying to make a material. Oh, I'm glad to hear that, Warrior. It would be cool at the end of the day to say that I managed to help a few people get a job. Oh yeah, blockouts. I hate making blockouts. Don't tell anyone. I actually really hate making blockouts, but I know that they are useful. It's just so boring to do. But I don't know. It's just it's not. I don't really like the process. But for modular pieces, it's great. Especially in a tutorial. If I don't make a blockout in a tutorial and I start messing around with things, you guys will just get confused about it and it would not be very nice. Why are you still? Huh? One sec. I got an... Where does this problem come from? Over here. Oh, because I'm doing the double layers here. That's annoying. Can I just skip you? No, I cannot skip you because then it's double layers all the time. Huh, that is annoying. I don't know how to fix this one. Because it's being a pain, because it's so sensitive. Yeah, I also don't like UVs. Recently in Unreal I've started using world space UVs so that I don't need to UV unwrap. It is in the latest tutorial course if you want to know how to do that. But it's pretty much just, sorry I don't have Unreal open. But it's like a node and it's called world aligned texture, something in that direction it's called. And that one node just makes it that you don't need UVs anymore. Pretty much. Yeah, I know about artifacts. The problem right now is that these two layers, they have a different layer count. But because I'm trying to blend them together, they basically just, yeah, they cast the artifacts. So I cannot blend them together, but if I don't blend them together, I don't get the look I want. So it's like a annoying one. Harsha, sorry, I'm just gonna say your last name, I can't pronounce your first name. If you want to do, it depends on the company. If you want to be a full-on environment artist, it would be good if you have modeling and textures and also a bit of level art and lighting on your portfolio. However, if you, for example, want to be a prop artist, then you only need to know modeling and texturing. But it just depends. If you just learn everything, you can get more type of jobs compared to when you don't learn everything. Kennel, that's a very good question. It's time and optimization. It's called modular workflow and something you will need to know in the game industry because we only use modular workflows most time. It's because it is way quicker for me to just place it into Unreal and just make one asset, like one window, and just place it 50 times into Unreal and also just make the texture for it. It's also more optimized because you don't have like a massive model, you just have like one single piece, and for rendering it's better. So in the end, it's better quality and it is better, it's faster. Let me say it like that, it's faster. So everything you will see me doing is modular, but if you really look at it, everything is modular. Even if you just go in like ArtStation, and you will almost always see modular pieces coming back just by going to like, I don't know, where are we? Environments and materials. Okay, maybe I should not have done this because I cannot really. Here, like these kind of buildings, that's like, it's really slow. So that's why I shouldn't have done it. But here, all of these windows, they are exactly the same. So it's way easier to just make one window and just duplicate it over and over and over and over again. Kendall, I actually didn't find your portfolio because there were multiple people with the same name, so I didn't know. But in any case, I can't say it enough how important it is to create modular pieces. Even over here, you can see like the chairs could be modular because they are double. I know the pipes, you only need to make like one pipe and one corner and one transition piece, and you can make all of these pipes in one go. So it's like all that kind of stuff. Over here, these modules, they are all modular. You can see them here, you can see them here. They probably like use them in multiple ways. So yeah. I know, I kind of like thinking about how to accomplish something with limited resources. Of course, Unreal is cool with like the nanite and like the lumen, so you can just push as much polys as you want. But it also kind of just takes away like that cool stuff about just trying to figure out how to make the best looking asset while it still runs the game at 100 FPS or 60 or whatever. You have a challenge for me. Unfortunately. Yeah, maybe I will do something cyberpunk style as a tutorial, sure. Like someone else asked me about sci-fi tutorials, so I can kind of like combine those two. Okay, now did you know I actually started in Unity, so... But I don't have time to do like personal challenges, unfortunately. But nah. I don't feel right now, I started in Unity, but I don't feel confident anymore to actually use Unity. See you later, Paul. I don't feel comfortable to use Unity in like learning, to teach it at least. Oh wait, I only now realized what the guy says. Borko, thank you. I knew about the artifacts, but I only now realized that this is for some reason set to 8 bits instead of 16 bits. That's stupid. Let's so that's probably what you must have meant instead of just me blending. Why are you? Wow, it does not even want to. Oh, the quantized node, of course, turns stuff into 8 bits. And then it goes back into 16. So I just need to go in here and then need to like... Yeah, sorry, it's because I'm distracted by talking to people and then I can't really notice that stuff. I thought you just meant like the blending, which is, but I didn't realize. I thought it was just like a mask problem because they have different pieces. Okay, so you are 16 bits. You are back to 16 bits. You are not back to 16 bits. I need to go. That's annoying, that the quantized node that you cannot just force it to be 16 bits. Because if you just place whatever behind it 16 bits, it does actually work most of the time. Yeah, you are totally correct. It looks like that now it is solved. So thank you. Blender versus 3ds Max versus Maya. Believe me, when you become a professional artist, you care less and less about this fight. Because it's like the console wars. You just want to make art. You don't really care what. Personally, I prefer 3ds Max the most. But that's because I have 6 years of experience in 3ds Max. 1 in Maya and only 2 in Blender. So I would say I prefer 3ds Max, then Maya and then Blender. But that's my answer. I can understand because I pay myself silly with the licenses. So I can understand why a lot of people like Blender. Because I'm now also like paying hundreds and hundreds of dollars per year just on licenses for Autodesk. Because I need to teach you guys in both Maya and Blender. Oh, that's weird. That stuff. Let's tone this down. Okay, so we got some of the layering working. It's just somewhere it's broken again. I think it's the mask. I think the mask is breaking it. Which, by the way, now the artifacts are gone, I might be able to just go back to my old method. Which was, oh god, what was it? Adding a blend. And then blending these two. Using a dark, min darken at like a low level. And throwing that in here. Come on, export. Yeah, that's true. And I do tell people that you do have a slightly bigger chance getting a job at the AAA studio at least, if you know Maya or Max. But AAA studios also understand that if you are an experienced artist, it does not take very long to switch between Blender and Maya and 3ds Max. However, what people need to think about is that if you have 500 people applying for this job, and one of them is exactly the same as you, but they already know how to use Maya, of course the company probably goes with them, because they don't need to wait for you learning Maya again, or for example. So there are many different things about this. Okay, I'm gonna make some a little bit stronger, and then I think, oh god, it's 7 PM, I need to eat. So I'm gonna make this stuff a bit stronger, and then I'm gonna head out. And I would call this a successful stream. Let's see, where can I make this stronger? Okay, might be a little bit too strong, but it's the thought that counts. So let's just tone this back down to a bit more. And hopefully that does the trick. Yeah, exactly. In the end, and it's even easier to switch between 3S Max and Maya, because same company developed it. So now I think, like, of course, yeah, it takes a while to get used to it, but I think the actual switch will only take, if you know 3D modeling, the actual switch will only take you like a day or two, probably, if you just have like a good tutorial. Mountains, deserts. I'm not the best with like open environments, I would say. I did do like some stuff, but not enough that I would use it. Here, like, oh wow, you cannot even see the mountains. Just trust me, there are mountains there. I just ended up covering them up. But nah, I know how to do it, but I just don't really enjoy doing those kind of environments. Yeah, I would agree on you that Maya feels, to me also, compared to Blender, Maya and Max feel more logical to me than Blender. But every single person could be a little bit biased in this. Like, I could be saying that, but that might be just because I have more experience in Max and Blender. And this seems to be a very tricky topic for some people, which I don't really understand why, because everyone just has their preference. And yeah, that's mine. That I definitely do prefer Max and Maya because they feel more logical. Okay, I think I got some layering going on. Three years Max is still getting updated. I love it. It's still no, but like, I'm faster in Max than Maya. Okay, I think I got it. So this is like a good thing to leave off. Got some of these base shapes done. I got some of the layering done, ready to go. I might make it like a little bit more intense later on. I will add some more variation later on, but then I can at least start with like some base colors, and then it's just a matter of balancing it out. So that was it for the first live stream. Thank you all for being here. Just gonna save my work because I'm going to eat. 2 hours. Okay, pretty cool. 7 viewers, but I don't mind. I don't care if there's 1 viewer or 100. So I'll see you guys later, okay?